Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is Jason, certified financial planner and host of Fighting Words Financial. Today, I want to talk about what the heck is Tesla doing. You know, I've avoided making any videos on Tesla for a while. Number one, just because everyone seems to be making videos about Tesla, and I'm very much into the company. I think it's an incredible investment. I think also it's an investment that a lot of financial advisors and financial planners have actually missed out on in terms of recommending to their client for very good reasons. There were a lot of reasons why it just didn't fit into traditional valuation metrics, and it was an opportunity that a lot of people weren't going to see and really couldn't imagine until that opportunity has passed. But most people who are watching this video right now have been able to envision the kind of future that Tesla has imagined and probably have been invested in Tesla for a while, or I have, and I think a lot of my subscribers have. I wanted to talk about what's going on right now with Tesla raising cash and why it's not just a normal sort of thing that you do when your stock price is high. It doesn't just make financial sense. They have got something planned, and they've got something planned that's really, really big. Tesla is raising cash this year for the third time. It's going to be somewhere north of, I think it's about $12.7 billion that they will have raised by the end of the year. Elon Musk, yes, he is taking advantage of a high share price and cheap money at this point. But let's look at this. Back in February, he raised $2.7 billion with a secondary offering in February. It was only planned out originally for $2 billion, but it ended up being about 2.7. I wish my math was so bad that I could earn or make an extra $700 million with a mistake. But look, they raised another $5 billion in September after the 5-to-1 split in shares. And it caused a moment. The stock crashed at that point. It was down by about 8%, but it recovered pretty rapidly. And this time they announced the intent to raise another $5 billion after the inclusion of Tesla in the S&P. Like I said, this isn't just taking advantage of a high stock price to raise cheap cash here. There's something else going on, and it has to be pretty big, and let me explain why. They don't really need the cash, and here's why they don't need the cash, and here's why I suspect they have something very big planned in the future. The company has been profitable now for 5 quarters and has free cash flow to the tune of $1.4 billion per quarter, maybe even a little bit more by now, since car sales have certainly increased, especially in China. The company told us all the way back in September, though, that the cost to build the new factories in Texas and Germany would be covered by free cash flow from operations, and the construction could be completed without selling more stock. And yet they're still going back to capital markets to raise more cash. Here's the other thing. The cash position of Tesla has steadily been improving since 2019. And if you look at this chart right here, if you look at this graph right here, and I've taken a look at financials too, back in third quarter, they had almost $14 billion in cash on hand right then at that moment. And they're telling us they don't need any more cash to finish Giga Berlin or Giga Texas. The addition of this $5 billion along with the free cash flow they have is going to push their cash position to somewhere near $20 billion. If they don't need it to build out Giga Berlin, or maybe now they're calling it Terafactory Texas, what do they need it for? I suspect that they have some sort of secret initiative in mind that they're going to be announcing in the next year. Something that's going to require a lot of that $20 billion. It can't be just another couple of factories. It's got to be something big. What I would like to know from you guys, I'm using the wisdom of the crowd here, is I want you guys to let me know what you think the secret plans for Tesla are in the coming year, what you think he's going to use that $20 billion for. We're coming out of an economic recession now. There's a vaccine here. It looks like the coronavirus pandemic is going to be over sometime in the next 6 to 9 months. The business environment is only improving, which means that free cash flow from the business is only improving. That $20 billion is going to be spent on something. It's going to be invested in something, because that is what Elon Musk does. He invests in the future of his company, and he delivers. We know this from the history, his past behavior, that he's not going to take the money and waste it on frivolous projects. It's going to be invested in capital expansion, new projects, and something that changes our economy fundamentally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Like I said, I want to hear your wild and crazy ideas, and maybe I'll make a video about those too. Thank you very much, guys. I look forward to seeing you next time.